Hey there, folks. My name is Lucas Martin. I'm our business development manager here at ARC Advisory Group, and I'm here to show you a little bit more about our new client portal. So by now, you probably would have been given some access from your client manager, but this is kind of our home navigation page. This is what you're going to see. And I'm going to walk you through some of the new features and benefits. So thanks for the time, and without wasting any more, let's get into it. First, you're going to see this My Content tab here. This first service content page isn't going to be anything super different from what you guys are normally used to. So we've got our three kind of main deliverables for our advisory service clients, report types being ARC Insights, ARC Views, and then strategy reports. Within here, there's a couple of different features or filters that you can kind of use. If you're looking for a specific type of report, you can use that filter on the side. If you remember the author, but maybe you're having some issues finding the report, you can use that navigation there and go ahead and search. Obviously, it'll kind of pull up all the specific reports. In this case, Sid has wrote in the last several years. So highly recommend you guys get in here, use that. Again, that view isn't going to be anything super new to you. But again, I think with the new search functionality in there, it should be a little bit more useful for the end users yourselves on our portal. Moving on to the next tab in here, we have our ARC forum video. So again, we've got some native filtering features on here. If you remember the year that the presentation was given, or obviously we do host some of these forums internationally as well. If you remember, it was a European forum, India forum, etc. You can use those filters there. And finally, again, if you remember the moderator, but maybe don't remember the specific title or the year or even where the event was, you can come over here and use this navigation filter. I'll pick on my guy Sid again, but go ahead and hit those filters, and you should be able to find the presentations you're looking for. Again, don't forget your client managers are still resources for forum videos, etc. But highly recommend you guys get in here and kind of play around with it a little bit. Moving on to the next section, this is a little bit more supplier geared, but my data. So any MDS or online studies that your organization has purchased in the last few years, you'll have access to in here. So this is nothing different than our online platform. Obviously, once the data loads into here, you'll be able to manipulate it and play with it, etc. So we'll drop a new demo video with more information on this specifically, because we could probably spend an hour talking about it. But that is a feature available for our supplier clients on our new portal. Again, highly recommend you guys play around with that, and we'll drop a more in-depth demo video for that one in a little bit. So I'm going to move on to the next tab here, which is our collaboration. This is probably where we'll be spending a lot of time within the new client portal. It's kind of obviously where you collaborate. Within the ARC News tab, this is where we'll be dropping announcements for you guys, some FAQ documents, etc. In here, we already have a little bit of a welcome to the portal. That'll kind of walk you through some of the features and benefits on a static document if you prefer that rather than a video. Moving on, my projects. So if your organization currently has a custom project going on with ARC, this is going to be the collaboration hub between all the key stakeholders on your end and all the ARC analysts, client managers, etc. In here, it'll be a good way to share, collaborate on documents, etc. And I'll actually show you guys how you upload a document in our new portal here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit that orange button there. I'm just gonna type in some quick test documents. So once you go ahead and fill all that out, you're gonna submit it. And in essence, this is creating a folder for you. Once the folder is created, you go ahead and hit this drop down here. And we're going to go ahead and edit the actual folder that you just created. From here, you'll be able to drag and drop really any files that you need to. Grab one here, drop it right into here, add files. It'll take a second to populate, but once that file's uploaded, you'll see it's right at the bottom of the folder here. Oops. Go ahead and submit that. Again, so this is really kind of a collaboration side of our new client portal. Again, if you have custom projects going on, if you want to be a speaker at our forum, if you want to share any documents with ARC analysts regarding any briefings you guys might be having, this is going to be a good spot for you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next tab here. So again, that's in the My Projects, but the same the same process goes for My Documents. So again, let's say you wanted to submit an abstract to speak at our 2025 Orlando forum in February. You could go in here, you could go ahead and drop that abstract using that process I just showed you. And this goes directly to ARC analysts, speakers, or ARC analysts responsible for managing speakers, etc. So highly recommend, especially if you guys are planning on speaking at one of our upcoming forums, to use this feature here. Moving on to our community. So again, this is really a collaboration hub for some of our clients. It's a little bit more pertinent to our asset owners and technology end users. But again, we host a number of communities here at ARC Advisory Group. We have an open asset digital twin working group. Obviously, the OPA initiative is a rather large one that probably most of you guys are aware of. The Digital Transformation Council is an end user only community that hosts webinars on various use cases and topics. So this again, depending on what communities you're actively participating in, your interface will look a little bit different. But it's a good way to kind of collaborate, share files, stay up to date on some of the new initiatives or some of the new documents that the communities are producing. So again, if you'd like to join one of those, or if you're actively in one and you're not seeing it in your communities, please reach out. We want to make sure you have all the access to what you need. And finally, I'll move on to our events tab here. So again, upcoming events, this will just give you guys a good idea. Some of the events ARC is actively participating in, hosting. Here you can see we actually are hosting a couple of summits coming up towards the tail end of this year, 2024 in Houston. So we'll be populating this with more of our events, but that's a good way to stay up to date on some of the things that we're hosting and participating in. And then finally, if you want to get a quick snapshot as to what we're thinking for sessions or a rough agenda for the 2025 Orlando Forum, you can come in here, and again, we've got not even placeholders, we've got actual descriptions for some of the events that will be, or some of the events and sessions we'll be hosting. So if you aren't really familiar with the forum, I highly recommend you kind of play around with some of this stuff a little bit. And also, if you're interested in speaking, I recommend you kind of pick around in here and see maybe which one of these sessions might be a good fit for what you're planning on presenting. So moving on, and this is one of the last things I wanted to show you, but there's a global search function that we have part of the new portal. I highly recommend you guys use quotations around whatever keywords you're searching. I found the search results to be much better. But this does a global search of our entire new client portal, from old sessions at the forum to YouTube videos to ARC Insights, strategy reports, case studies, etc. This will populate with anything regarding your key term. And I think it's a good global search for our new portal. So again, it's going to populate everything from forum videos to client deliverables to YouTube videos. That might be pertinent to whatever key term you searched. So highly recommend you use that. And also, just a quick reminder, again, I highly recommend that you guys use these quotations on any searches you're using. Digital twin, a quick search here. And it's a good way to kind of populate, again, a ton of content based on whatever you entered in. I know, being on the user side, a couple of my clients will ping me and just say, hey, what information do you have on digital twin in this case? So it kind of gives the user a little bit more operability on their end, and obviously they can kind of sift through this how they feel pertinent. So really excited about that new global search feature. I hope you guys play around with it a little bit and use it. And then finally, the last portion I just wanted to show you guys is this will kind of be your profile. You can go in here and update your profile picture, areas you're interested in, that kind of thing. So really appreciate the time, folks. That's kind of our new client portal. If you have any suggestions as to how we can make it better, anything that could make your life easier as an ARC client, again, feel free to use this to reach out to us. We check this daily, multiple times a day. It's a good way to get directly engaged with some of our ARC analysts, client managers, etc. But again, if you do have any questions, don't hesitate on reaching out. I hope this video helped you out a little bit regarding navigation of our new portal, and we're excited to have you guys on here. Thanks a lot.